How's it going, everybody? Today we're going to be doing the first mod on my Fiesta ST that I got 3 days ago. We're going to be doing an OMP steering wheel install today, and I got a hub adapter from Amazon. Came with bolts, so that's kind of nice. That was just a really cheap one. It was like 30 bucks or something, but the steering wheel is real, so don't worry, I didn't cheap out on that. I've seen what happens when people do. So I've never removed one of these steering wheels. And from what I understand, because I've removed plenty of other ones, there are 3 holes, one on each portion of the steering wheel. So one on this side, one on this side, and one on the bottom here, that you just have to insert something like a small Allen key into to get the airbag to pop out. So I'm going to see if I can manage to do this here. You gotta kind of feel around for it. I have no idea what I am looking for, but it should be from a video that I watched. Just a spring that I'm supposed to press on. And I did disconnect the battery so the airbag wouldn't, blow up in my face. Let's see if I can find this here. I did just find it on this side. I ended up using a slightly larger Allen key, and I pressed in somewhere around there, and this side of the airbag popped out. So I'm going to go ahead and do this on the other side here. See if I can even get the hole here. There we go. And pop that one out, or stab the Allen key through part of the steering wheel. This is kind of tricky. Wish this were easier. But oh well. What are you gonna do? I feel like I almost get it and then it pops out of place. Let me see if I can do this bottom one. Not that I'm exactly sure where this one is either. There we go. That's a hole. Don't quote me on that. There we go. There we go. I think I got that one. Yep. Okay, so now we just have one more on this other side here, and I'm actually going to open the door so I can do this, even though it is 30 degrees and starting to snow here in New England. Let me see. I definitely feel like I'm breaking this, but you know what? I don't really care, because this is not going back in. Or at least not in my car. So I will give you a close-up of what I'm actually doing here. You can see I got this side of the airbag popped out from doing this hole on the side over here, that little hole right there, and then there's one on the bottom, which I would show you, but I currently can't turn the steering wheel more than this much. So let's see here. I just have to find the one that is on this side, and I've been just sticking this little Allen key in there. So I'll be right back as soon as I get this popped out. Okay, so I disconnected the wires that hold the steering wheel to the clock spring. Well, not hold it to it, but connect the two. And I unplugged the 2 wires from the back of the airbag here that go into the clock spring. So I need a, what looks like it might be a 20 or a 21 millimeter socket to remove the main steering wheel bolt here. So I am going to go grab that, and I will be right back. Okay, so I didn't have a socket that was actually big enough to fit this bolt in here. So I pulled the airbag all the way out, and I'm gonna go ahead and just put this on the floor. I'm gonna reconnect the battery, and I'm going to run down to my local Napa and grabbed myself a socket that is approximately that big. I measured it with this wrench. I tried a 21 millimeter and that didn't fit, and I also tried a 7/8 socket, which also didn't fit. So this might be kind of difficult, but I'm gonna run down there and I will be right back. Gotta love driving down to the parts store with literally every single warning light on the dash on. So it was a 24 millimeter socket to go right on that. Got a 1/2-inch drive, so I'm gonna grab my impact gun, and I actually might even just do the rest of the install in the parking lot of Napa here. Good old Ryobi impact did the trick there. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this the rest of the way out. There we go, and pray that I don't punch myself in the face right now with the steering wheel when I try to pull it off. Okay, never mind, that actually came off super duper easy, so I'm just gonna throw this here for now and then get this thing off of me. Let's see, now I just have to thread this wire here through here. I don't even have to do that, but it was too difficult for me to try to pull that off anyway. Let me see if I can fit these through here. It's hard to do with one hand. Okay, that's not gonna work, hold on. Okay, so I kind of got this on. Just barely doesn't fit over those little plastic electrical connectors in there. So what I'm gonna do is just try to thread this in, if it'll catch, which I think it just barely is not catching. So what I'm gonna have to do is just try to kind of bang this on here, or just push on it, get it over those plastic pieces. I'm sure if I bought a more expensive and better quality hub adapter, I wouldn't be having this problem at the moment, but I did, so let me go ahead and figure that out, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got this most of the way on now. I'm gonna be honest, I just hit it really hard. So now I'm just going to take the impact. That should probably do it. That's on there pretty tight now, and I don't think that's gonna go anywhere. You know what? Just for good measure, and because I can, and because somebody's currently watching me film my retarded ass doing this in a parking lot, give me 1 second here, put that down. That's nice and tight. So now this wire here was originally for the airbag, so I'm just gonna kind of curl that up, try to hide it in there. And okay, so I'm just going to tighten these back up. Well, not back up, but you know, for the first time. Here. Well, I didn't just do that. So this is mounted on here nice and solid now. That's not going anywhere. So I'm gonna tuck these wires back as much as I can, grab the OMP horn button, which I'm not gonna wire in, but it makes a nice center cap. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put this on here and make sure it's relatively straight, and then just kind of pop it in there. Perfect. Now that is not going anywhere, and well, the horn would work if I wired it in, but there it is. OMP steering wheel in my Fiesta ST. So now I'm just going to get this all adjusted with the tilt here. I think I want it as close to me as I can possibly get it. And this is a smaller diameter wheel than the OEM one that I have there. So I do have to tilt this up. That's about where my eye level is, so I have to tilt it up a little so I can see that. or see the gauge cluster and everything properly, which is also kind of nice because that'll give me a lot more knee room for, you know, switching back and forth between the brake and the clutch with my left leg, and same thing with my right leg except with the gas and the brake. So yeah, I'll let you guys know what I think of this in an upcoming video, but I think I'm gonna like it because the OEM wheel here, the reason I wanted to get rid of this so bad in the first place is, well, number one, it's just uncomfortable to hold, and number two, the stitching here on the left thumb rest thing, it's really, the wheel really feels like it's designed to be held up here, which I don't like. I can't drive like that. So I held it here, but I actually cut the skin on my thumb on the stitching. So I've always liked aftermarket wheels in cars anyway, and this will kind of make this, you know, more mine. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching that little video there, and I will see you in the next one.